Icewell Tech sent me the ZimaCube. It's right back here, that thing right there. Let me tickle it. Sent me the ZimaCube a month or two ago to check out and review for you. You can see that video on my channel. Seems like every couple of weeks they come up with a new update. Most recently, I updated to version 1.2.5 of their ZimaOS, which is the operating system that runs on the little NAS. I really meant to make a video about it. Instead, I just updated it and used it and went on working with it. So today I want to talk about some of the upgrades and updates that they've made to their operating system, some of the new features that come along with it, and what it means for end users like us. So quick rundown here. This is the ZimaCube. It is a NAS or network attached storage device that takes SATA drives, whether it's a 3.5 inch or 2.5 inch platter drive, or even a 2.5 inch SSD that runs on SATA connections, as well as NVMe in here too. ZimaCube and the ZimaCube Pro. I have just the plain old ZimaCube with the N100 processor. The ZimaCube Pro has an i5, and it's more of a server than it is a NAS, or can be used as more server workloads than just storage. Currently, I use it to mostly host all of the image files and vector files that I use for laser engraving so that I can access them from my workshop. Just yesterday, I saw this post on X. ZimaOS version 1.3.1 has been released. They go into a little bit about the new features, advanced network settings, new trash bin in files, improvements and optimizations. One of the things I'm interested in is the AI search. It says offering a local GPU accelerated search engine that supports keyword searches across its wide range of file formats. So if we go to Zima Space and we look at version logs, we can see 1.3.1 is not here yet. All we can see is 1.3.0. What I was super excited about is 1.2.5, which introduced share via link. So essentially this would, if I had a video editor that was reasonably priced and understood my humor, maybe they're on the other side of the country or even on the other side of the world, I can take my raw video footage, drop it in my ZimaOS, and send them a link. They can then retrieve the raw footage directly from the storage in my local network, which means I don't have to rely on a Google Drive or OneDrive or Dropbox. 1.2.5 also introduced disk standby, which when it's not in use, it spins everything down a little bit, kind of puts it in hibernate mode. It's a little bit more energy efficient that way, and it increases life on your spinning drives. Of course, it added some more languages and HFS disks for Mac OS, which doesn't pertain to me because I don't use a Mac. Most recently, 1.3 came out, and a few things interested me here. The update to one-click install ZVMs isn't necessarily exciting to me on this machine because of how limited it is. It's only got 4 core CPU. There's no bells and whistles about it other than lots of storage and a little bit of room to play. But as far as like running a virtual machine, like if I wanted to run Windows in this, it would be very slow and not a very good experience. The ZimaCube Pro, which has a full i5 processor, PCIe Gen 4, I think, so you can put a GPU in it or any kind of accelerator that would help speed things along, right? One-click installs, so you can automate the installation of system images for virtual machines, applications, which greatly enhance the experience for new users of ZVM. But now ZVM is also compatible with Windows 11 images or installations, and it looks like you can make a VM that's 100% offline by changing network settings to none. So that's kind of cool. Might be good for storing crypto wallets as long as you back them up. As you can see, 1.3.1 is not on their docs page yet. We got to go to their GitHub. We can look at the different releases, and this is what's new functioning in 1.3.1 is new search function in files, which supports searching file names and contents. That would be nice. And new trash bin in files, which automatically empties after 30 days. So it sounds like they took a piece out of SharePoint's book and added a recycle bin. So if you accidentally delete something, it's not completely gone. You've got a little bit of time to realize, oh crap, I deleted a thing, I need to go back and restore it. Hopefully within the first 30 days, or it really is gone. Also, files have improved the process and speed of uploading, adding advanced settings for networking ports and settings, including IP binding. Oh, nice. I do want to play with that AI search feature. So let's update this bitch. First things first, we can come up here under settings. So if you're logged into your Zima board, or your ZimaOS, you can come over to settings. Usually if there's an update or something that's alerting you, you'll get this little icon, a little orange dot or whatever over here in the settings. So there's an update to my app, Nextcloud, which I don't really use, but then the update to the ZimaOS itself, 1.3.1. Merge. This really is easy though. All you do is hit update and oh cool, it gives you a rundown of what the package is and then you can just hit update now. Cool, so I'm going from 1.2.5 to 1.3.1. And this really shouldn't take very long. It's gonna do the update and then it's gonna power cycle and then I'll be able to log back into it again. Oh, restarting device. That was really quick. 1.3.1. Fantastic. So now let's see if I've got AI search available in files. So I can go to files. Well, where's my raw data? I had my raw storage here. Media, gallery, downloads. Where'd all these come from? This must be backgrounds that come on it by default. Downloads, documents. I'm not liking this. And where's the search bar? I know I've got some images of axes in, okay, so that's gonna go to DuckDuckGo. Ain't that something? I don't know where the search is on this. Let me dig into this a little bit more and see if I can find where that search feature is. I don't like that. That changed the whole GUI. Ain't that a bitch?
Eventually.
Well, shit. On that same post, if you scroll down, their first response is a link to another post that says how to enable AI search. And it's got the instructions of enabling SSH in dev mode, log in with the credentials, install ZimaOS AI module, initialize the module, wait for installation complete, access the dashboard. And then once you've got it, there's a icon on the menu. So it says it will automatically download the large language model when used for the first time, and the AI module will automatically start. AI search module for ZimaOS will utilize local computational resources to perform feature extraction on images and audio video files to display during your search. Very cool. Here's where I'm going to run into an issue. Like I mentioned before, I just have the ZimaCube Basic, not the Pro model, or the content creator package or creator pack, whatever it is, where you've got an A2000 that comes with it. The A2000 is important because it doesn't require any additional external power. It gets its power from PCI Express port. And there's very few cards that do that with 12 gig or more of VRAM. And those are system requirements here. So it says at least 12 gigs of GPU VRAM, an RTX 30 series or A2000 and above graphics card, and more than 20 gig of system space. I do not have this or this. There's no 30 series that are 12 gig and above with no external power inputs, just the A2000 12 gig model, and then the RTX 2000 Ada for Ada Lovelace. I don't know if that's going to be compatible as well, but that's 16 gigs. And it doesn't require external power. So that sucks. So I can't even use this yet. Why am I making the damn video? But I've got it upgraded, so maybe I can find somebody on eBay or something that's selling a GPU that I need pretty cheap. That still doesn't help me here with this file system setup.
The next evening.
Check this out. So I rebooted the machine. Now I'm back into the main GUI and I go into files and it goes nowhere. It's just a blank screen. But I'm also doing this in Brave, which is my preferred browser. So I went to the ZimaCube in Edge, signed in as admin user, and I go to files, and that's exactly what I was expecting. So heads up there, this thing essentially is made for an A2000. That's pretty much what it comes down to, or a 2000 Ada. That's it. That's what it works with. Compatibility list, RTX 40 series. So it works with all of these, but it won't power them. So that means to run AI workloads, the AI search, or if you want to run Ollama locally, all within the cube, you need an A2000 or a 2000 Ada. That's it. Those are your options to run everything in the box, everything within the cube. Other than that, you're going to need some type of external power supply, a server power supply with a breakout board and 6-pin connectors. You can put other cards in there, but they're not going to run AI very well. And at the time of recording, a used A2000 12 gig is like $400 or more, $450. even on eBay. I'd love to get one to slap into this bad boy, but right now the budget doesn't call for that, especially since I spent lots of money on my mini server rack that I'm still working on. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this new update for ZimaOS? I think it'd be a no-brainer for the ZimaCube Pro. Definitely want to update and upgrade anyway to keep up with security updates and patches and things like that. And if I had an A2000 12 gig, I would be utilizing it now. The Pro version, the Creator Pack or whatever that comes with it, this is an excellent option for that device.